It's a lot of weight will lift off my shoulders. I had to carry a lot of burning due to, my mental health, struggling with depression and suicide. And I was in an institution at one point. I almost killed myself 3 times over this situation because dealing with my narcissistic grandmother. So, a lot of things that she had did to me that I had endured on and things I can't get over. I had a hard time moving on because the relationship that I had with her, and I thought that the relationship was like um, two people who connected one another, people who build a foundation. But then I realized all of that was a lie. It came crashing down as soon as she started asking for money. As soon as she started using me for the source of supply, and the only reason why there were certain jobs that she wanted me to work close by, just in case if something happened to her, she wanted me to be a caregiver. That was her plan later on in life, just so I could put my future and everything else on hold, just so she would be taken care of. And she think her happiness matters more than mine. And that's why I had suffer a lot of things that I have suffered, especially depression. And there were a lot of times where I was not happy. I was very unhappy. I was unhappy for a long time. I just never really told her that because I knew one day if me and her had a falling out or if the relationship ends, I know it's gonna be get to the point where she's gonna crash out and she's gonna end up saying things that she can't take back from saying. So that's why I never told her that I was unhappy for a very long time. And I remember I went to a therapy and I was talking to the therapist about my situation, about everything that I went through, even priors before that. I went through a lot of things that I went through with my mother, my abusive mother, and her best friend. They did a lot of, you know, weird shit back in the day. Uh, they was on some fuss shit, I would say. They were. And it's crazy because my grandma knew all that stuff that I went through and she turned around and did the same thing. So she is no better than my mother or my mother's best friend. Uh, they are the worst kind of women that I ever encountered, and they at the end of the day, they know what happened. They know what they did. So I don't really got to speak too much about what they did. I mean, if that was me, if I did something like that to somebody, I would have like. I mean, apology is not something. It could just be I'm just gonna accept it and then I'm just gonna take everything you telling me right here and thinking that I'm just gonna allow you back in my life. That's not how it works. Apology, saying sorry, sorry with action that it is with words. Like I tell people that all the time. You can tell me you're sorry as much as you want, but when there's no action behind it, I'm not gonna accept your sorry that you're giving me. So I mean, to be honest, because it's been that long since I was 16 years old, it doesn't matter if neither one of them tell me that they're sorry. I'm not really going to accept their apology because it's been long overdue, and they had so many opportunity to make things right, and they didn't make it right. So at the end of the day, this is not me coming. This is not me being bitter or anything like that. This is not. This is coming from a very humble, genuine place. I'm at a peaceful place right now in my life where I don't have to deal with that anymore. So I do wish every each one of them nothing but the best. But as far as the relationship goes, that's over. Um, you should want to be around somebody who will uplift you, who will admire you, who will put you in a positive direction and will not put you in harm's way and I will put you in bad situations where you don't need to be in. You know, you should be surrounded by people who will give you The greatest advice that you can ever get that they can ever give you, be around people who admire you and will elevate you and stand behind you and support everything that you do, whether a dream or goal and aspiration that you want to accomplish. You should be around people who are like that, not people who just gonna, you know, only be there when it's seasonal, when it's only when it's only beneficial to them. So that's how I see this whole situation with me and with them. At the end of the day, I have no bad blood towards them. Um, I wish them nothing but the best. But, you know, as far as like a relationship goes, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm not gonna be around somebody who feel like they could just use me for whatever reason that they're gonna use me for. And I don't need to be around people who are users. I don't need that in my life. So and I should be around people who, that willing to connect with me, willing to have a relationship with me, willing to respect me as the person that I am. And I feel like being around them, they didn't really respect me as a person. They only saw me as a piece of furniture, like I was nothing to them. That's what they saw me as.